Hillary Clinton can add a new entry to her resume. Mrs. Clinton has teamed up with one of our biggest authors, Louise Penny, to pen a frightening yet funny novel. Martha Teichner tells us about their unlikely collaboration.
We were dreaming of, going to exotic
God,
places.
that's true. Let's go to Jamaica.
We were going to go all over the world and do our writing together.
Yeah, we'll sit in some resort somewhere in the Caribbean.
COVID would deflate that balloon. But if you're wondering how Hillary Clinton happened to write a book, a thriller out Tuesday, with acclaimed Canadian mystery writer Louise Penny, here's how.
This whole experience and this book arose out of our friendship. And our friendship arose out of someone who was a very good friend to both of us.
And here's Hillary.
That was my best friend from 6th grade, a woman named Betsy Johnson Ebeling.
They both loved Louise Penny's mysteries, 8 of which have debuted at #1 on the New York Times bestsellers list.
So fast forward, I'm running for president in 2016, as you might remember. And, yeah, it seems so long ago.
This one's for you, Hill.
When Ebeling was interviewed during the 2016 Democratic National Convention, one thing led to another.
The interviewer is asking, well, so what do you do together? And she said, and we read together, we read books. Well, what are you reading now? And Betsy goes, well, we're reading the latest Louise Penny. Louise's publisher read this article and said, would you like to meet this woman who's a good friend of Hillary Clinton's? And Louise said yes.
Betsy met Louise at a book event in Chicago. They instantly became great friends.
And 2 weeks later, my husband, who had been suffering from dementia, passed away. And I was going through the notes of condolence, and there was one from you. Hillary's never met Michael. She's never met me. She's in the middle of the most vicious political fight of anyone's life. And she writes to a Canadian who can't even vote.
We spoke to Hillary Clinton and Louise Penny in a studio overlooking New York's Javits Center, Clinton's election night headquarters.
Our friendship came out of grief. When we met, you just lost the election, I just lost my husband. We were 2 women of a similar age who knew what that felt like.
Then, in 2019, their friend Betsy died of breast cancer.
She just had a genius for friendship.
So writing the book together, Clinton from her home in Chappaqua, New York, Penny from hers in Quebec, was therapy. State of Terror is published by St. Martin's Press and Simon & Schuster, a division of Viacom CBS.
We wanted it to somehow incorporate Betsy.
A character named Betsy Jameson is counselor to Secretary of State Ellen Adams, named for another of Clinton's friends, Ellen Tauscher, a former U.S. representative and diplomat who also died in 2019.
We could not get together. Yeah. We operated over FaceTime and virtually.
But their COVID-restricted collaboration was anything but sorrowful.
I can't convey to you how much fun it was.
Warning, you're about to see Hillary Clinton as you've probably never seen her before.
When we FaceTimed, right? We were both in bed. It was like 7:30 at night. We were both in bed.
But one of the funny things is, I think that you did have on moose pajamas.
I did!
Being a Canadian in the middle of winter.
My moose flannel.
Yeah, the moose flannel. Not to be a spoiler, that makes its way into the book.
It does, but...
Imagine a thriller in which the heroes are 2 middle-aged women. They showed their insecurities, their fears. We found out right away that Ellen Adams had her grooming issues.
I must admit, yeah, that was a little bit of personal experience.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, the hair again. Come on, people.
The women characters in the book are consistently underestimated.
I immediately thought of an article that I'd read the last few days about how Angela Merkel's superpower was she was underestimated. For 16 years as Chancellor of Germany, that was the case.
And you were underestimated.
Well, I think it kind of goes with the territory of being a woman in a high public position.
The plot of State of Terror is fiction, but not so far-fetched.
This book started, really, out of a conversation that Louise and I had.
I asked, what's your nightmare?
Yeah.
And you came up with 3 of them.
Yes, I did. And we chose one, which was
I said-
nuclear.
Yep.
What if nukes got into the hands of terrorists, foreign and domestic? The book is loaded with insider stuff Clinton knows from experience.
It was fun to come up with, scenes. Obviously, Washington, D.C., the White House, Situation Room,
Off the
Oval
record.
Office, off the record, the bar in the Hay Adams.
Caricatures of political figures on its walls, and on its very collectible coasters.
There's a president by the name of Eric Dunn, the previous president.
Whose administration is described on page 3 as nearly criminally incompetent.
And he lives in Palm Beach.
Interesting. A lot of people live in Palm Beach. Have
They
you noticed
do.
that?
They
Yeah,
do.
a lot of people.
Are we supposed to read that as Donald Trump?
No, but I think we're supposed to realize that there are characteristics of real people that we obviously learned from, that we incorporated.
Fans of Louise Penny's Chief Inspector Gamache mysteries will be happy to discover character crossovers and other little Easter eggs hidden in the text.
There are some in-jokes.
And you know what?
There are.
We would love for
That's true.
people, when they read it, to kind of find the in-jokes.
But mostly, Hillary Clinton and Louise Penny would like them to read their book for what it is: a dead serious cautionary tale and a tribute to friendship, on and off the page.
This is a wake-up call for anybody who cares about America, the world.
I feel very proud of this book for doing that and for being entertaining at the same time and having a heart and having a soul. I'm very, very pleased with what we've done.
When's the movie?
Who plays us? We're not in it.
We're not in it.
We're not
How
in
did
it.
we write ourselves out of it?